Good morning and welcome to Newswatch today. I'm Ashlyn Reinhardt.
And I'm Sam Cochran. A very unique individual was killed by Russian bombing in Ukraine.
And a girl is given an ability to eat with a little help from science.
Summer Radishot is here with your forecast, and Ari Cruz has your latest in sports. This is Newswatch Today.
Thank you for joining us this morning. Right now, we have our first look at the weather. Summer, how's it looking out there?
It is going to be a pretty cold day. Right now, it is only 37 degrees and there are scattered showers. But then later today, our high is only going to be about 43 degrees. And those clouds are here to stay. And the winds are also picking up to about 20 miles per hour. But stay tuned for my full forecast later where I talk about how temperatures are finally going to be picking up. Back to you guys.
Well, Sam, I know I'm excited for the springtime and the warmer weather.
Well, let's just hope that it sticks around. A 96-year-old Holocaust survivor, Boris Romanchenko, was killed Friday by a Russian strike on the Ukrainian city of Kharkiv. Romanchenko's death was confirmed by the Buchenwald Concentration Camp Memorial Institute in a series of tweets. He survived 4 different concentration camps during World War II, according to the memorial. Yulia Romanchenko, Boris's granddaughter, told CNN that she learned about the shelling of the Saltivka residential district on March 18th from social networks. She asked locals if they knew anything about her grandfather's house. They sent her a video of his house on fire. She found out about this after curfew and therefore could not go there immediately. By the time Yulia managed to get to the area, she found out her grandfather's house completely burned down.
A Chinese airplane with 123 passengers and 9 crew members crashed on Monday. Data from the flight tracking website flightradar24.com shows the China Eastern flight was traveling at about 30,000 feet at a cruising speed of 523 miles per hour before it dropped. The crash ignited a fire in a city in Ting County, and hundreds of firefighters and rescuers were sent to the scene. The fire was extinguished, according to the state-run China Daily. The Chinese president called for an all-out effort in rescue operations and urged that any safety hazards that could have caused the crash be investigated. And many new projects have been announced to take place during the spring semester. One being the renovation of the Student Union. The renovation includes redecorating the Barracks coffee shop and adding a karaoke stage outside the joust.
Again, we want to make the Student Union and all of our facilities inviting to our students. It's all about the students. And we want them to feel like they have a place that they can go and be comfortable and just enjoy themselves. And like I said, we want it to be a draw. And we want to create spaces, or as the president says, the spatial core, that makes the students feel welcome and make it feel homey.
A motorcyclist has died from injuries he suffered in a crash in North Springfield earlier this month. Police have identified Aaron Long as the victim. Investigators say Long was traveling westbound on Kearney Street at a high rate of speed before he struck the front end of a car pulling onto the street. Police say Long was ejected from the motorcycle and battled life-threatening injuries for several days. The driver of the car was not hurt. Police continue to investigate what happened leading up to the crash. Recently, all of Evangel's hot water went down. Kaylee Clay has the full story.
Across campus, hot water has become a commodity. Natural gas leaks near the outdoor basketball court construction site have resulted in a loss of water heating throughout Evangel University. We've seen how this affects the student body as a whole, and one particularly affected group stands out to be the athletes hard at work every day.
So the cold water situation has been a bit difficult in Krause, especially because it's a dorm that is full of athletes. It has been a bit of an adjustment, but it's good to see that now that we're getting some accommodations on some stuff, guys are having the options and at a early response time kind of thing.
This early response time being one managed expertly by President Rakes, who has made sure to keep the student body well informed in this time of crisis.
We will have hot showers on campus today. There are 2 tractor trailers pulling toward campus that will contain 24 shower stalls, each for men and women, and we'll place one on the south side of campus and one on the north side of campus. And in addition, we've also reserved some hotel rooms, if we need them, to take a hot shower and get cleaned up.
In conjunction with these goals, RAs have also been called to campus aid.
Each residency dorm has split up the hotel showering hours into shifts so that students of each residency hall can use those facilities.
But these are only temporary solutions.
The team has developed an innovative solution. Here it is. We want to convert all of our dorms from gas water heaters to electric water heaters right here in the middle of the semester. So it's a bold move, but we believe it's going to work and it'll actually bypass the problem altogether.
I think President Rakes has done an amazing job of taking a reactionary situation that we're in and effectively making proactive decisions and turning our normally gas-heated water to electric-powered so that the situation won't happen again.
President Rakes and his development teams have stepped up to the challenge to bring the Evangel community bolder solutions and a warmer future.
And up next, the United States sends Ukraine old Soviet weapons.
And I interview a member of Evangel's Activities Board. Stay tuned.
Open up your books to page 360.
Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Talking about inspirational quotes.
You gotta believe in yourself. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow?
No.
Snow-covered trees.
Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
The United States owns former Soviet Union weapons, and soon some of these weapons will be sent overseas. So how did the United States get these weapons in the first place? The U.S. bought these weapons after the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 to help with training of American forces. Now, some of these weapons will be sent to Ukraine to aid the Ukrainian forces' efforts against Russian attacks. Ukrainian soldiers already know how to operate these weapons. President Biden was granted authorization to send these specific weapons to Ukraine and NATO allies through the annual spending bill recently signed. And now, we have a very special guest to talk to us about Evangel's next big Activities Board event. Isn't that right, Sam?
That's right, Ashlyn. Here I have Bethel Childers on behalf of Activities Board. Bethel, thank you so much for joining us.
No problem. I'm happy to be here.
So, tell us a little bit about Mr. EU and what students should expect.
Mr. EU is going to be a good time, and students should expect to be thoroughly entertained by everything that they're seeing. It's going to be a good show.
So, are you able to hint at any of the performances that these contestants will be doing?
Hint, okay. Well, I can tell you that there are going to be some musical performances. Really, really talented group of guys. They've really, really practiced from what we've seen in the audition kind of thing. So musical acts, we're gonna have some comedy acts like stand-up and some very interesting other comedy acts, and hard to describe. I can picture them in my head, but I can't really show you. And if you can believe it, if you can fathom it, we're even gonna have some musical comedy performances.
Gotcha.
So if you like music, comedy, and a little combination of the two of them, It's going to be a good show. You're really going to enjoy it.
That does sound like quite the time.
Yeah.
So, in what ways will this event contribute to the community that we have here on campus?
Well, I mean, I think with this event and really all AB events, that's our main goal, is just bringing people from, I don't want to say all walks of life, but all around the campus together in one room, in one building, just to experience something together and to just commune together and fellowship together. And so I think Mr. EU is definitely something of its own design because you have people, men from all over campus doing something on stage. So it's not just AB doing something, it's your friends and people who you may not get to see on stage all the time. And then you also have the professors being the judges, judging your friends on their personality, talent, and stage presence. So, you know, if you want to see your friends judge on their personality, you should definitely
There you go,
check it.
So, having been on AB last spring, you got to experience Mr. EU.
Yeah.
So, what is your favorite part just about this event?
It's hard to pinpoint exactly what is my favorite part. I think I would have to say that it's just that very little is taken seriously.
Yeah.
Like we have some serious questions mixed in there, but for the most part, it's all just fun and games and jokes and everybody being ridiculous, and it's a good time. I keep saying that, but it's a good time.
It sounds like a good time. So, moving on from Mr. EU.
Oh, okay.
I've heard a couple of rumors that you are, in fact, running for Activities Board Director for next school year.
Yeah.
What do you have to say in response to these rumors?
They are true.
Oof. Whoa.
Yeah, I'm going to be running for AB Director, and I'm really, really excited about it. Like I said, it's a great organization. It's my favorite on campus. And so just the opportunity to be able to lead that and to have that experience and that opportunity is just so exciting, and I'm so ready. It's going to be, voting is Thursday, March 31st. There's going to be the speeches Tuesday, the 29th, right before Mr. EU. So you can come, watch the speeches, and then go to Mr. EU, and it'll be a great evening. So yeah.
There you go. Yeah, so that's awesome to hear, first of all. I would also like to ask you, what inspired you to make that decision?
To be honest, I really wasn't anticipating running. I was planning, I wanted an executive position in AB, but I wasn't really sure what I was gonna do. Well, then Christy Rowden kind of pulled me aside one night, and she's like, have you thought about director? And I was like, no, I haven't, but I will now. And I did, and I saw myself in the position, and I was like, this would be really cool, and something that I think I could do well and get a lot from and learn a lot from, and so I'm doing it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Bethel, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's very inspiring hearing you talk about running for this position, and Mr. EU. It does sound fun.
Yes, so everybody should come.
There you have it. Ashlyn, back to you.
Thanks, Sam. And there's the scoop that Bethel is running for AB Director.
Very exciting.
And so it's looking like a cold one out there. Summer, how's it going?
It's gonna be a cold day, but the week ahead looks really nice. I'll talk about it more in my full forecast. Stay with us.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantori here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family, and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
While the state of Texas has been struggling to maintain wildfires across the state, Texans received good news on Monday. The Big L fire is considered under control according to Hood County officials. This fire burned more than 11,000 acres through Hood County, which is part of the Dallas-Fort Worth-Arlington metro area. In the last week, firefighters have been working to control 178 wildfires across the state, which have spread across over 108,000 acres in total. As of Sunday, 23 active wildfires remain. Authorities say the fires broke out due to critical fire weather and high winds. I know it's dry there, but it's not like that here in Missouri.
That's right, Ashlyn. Summer, is this rain ever going to end?
It's going to be a nice week once we can get through today. It is currently only 37 degrees out there, and there are a few scattered showers, but those should be waning off as we go later into the day, where our high is only going to be hitting 43 degrees, and the winds are going to be picking up to about 20 miles per hour. Later tonight, we're going to have a low of 33 degrees. The clouds are going to be here, but then they're going to slowly fade off as we go into night, and then the winds are going to be dipping back down. You see that we are much colder than we usually are for this time, this day in our history. Averagely, it's about 62 degrees, and we're only about that 43, so that's about a 20-degree difference, whereas the lows are pretty close with only a 6-degree difference. And then thank goodness to daylight savings time, because finally sunset is later. It's at about 7:28 this evening. Our satellite, we see Missouri, we have this system that is moving through, and it is sort of twisting. So our area of Springfield is just going to be getting hit, but a closer look at what exactly that looks like for our state. Here we are in Springfield, and you see that there are a few scattered clouds, mixed precipitation, but the system is turning like this. So all this stuff over here is going to have that possibility of hitting us later, but it's nothing too big that we're worried about right now. The high temperatures across Missouri today, once again in Springfield, we got about that 43 degrees, and St. Louis and Kansas City really are not that far off, with about 44 as a high in St. Louis and 46 as a high in Kansas City. Our national forecast, the thing that is moving this system through is this weak low front that we have, and it is moving it, it is twisting it, but otherwise for the next couple of days, it really looks like our area of Missouri is going to be in the clear. But then you also see down here in Texas, there's critical fire watches because super dry conditions, so there is possibilities if anything gets started there, it's going to keep going. And then the East Coast has a bunch of rain, mixed precipitation, and also a chance of ice. Our 6-day forecast, Friday, finally, temperatures are going to be picking back up. We have a high of 60 degrees on Friday, and Saturday and Sunday are both also going to be about that 60 degrees. But then even jumping into next week, Monday we're going to have a high of 76, and Tuesday we're going to have a high of 77. So it is going to be beautiful, warm temperatures. Wednesday is still going to be pretty warm, still taking a drop of about 10 degrees, but then also chances of scattered thunderstorms. So if you can get through the cold weather today, it looks like it is going to be a beautiful week up ahead. Back to you guys.
Well, Ashlyn, it looks like we better plan a day or two outside next week.
I sure will. It sounds like it's going to be a beautiful week. And up next, Ari Cruz gives us the latest in sports. We'll be right back.
My kids put skis on as they were learning to walk. I want my kids to be able to have those moments with their kids. Being a scientist, I'm worried about climate change in so many different ways for my kids. From the second you have a child, you want to do everything to protect them. I think our action on climate change is no different. It's just an extension of being a mom.
There is There's a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
After being lost in the depths of the Arctic Ocean for over a century, the Endurance was found at the bottom of the Weddell Sea, off the coast of Antarctica. Videos have shown the remains of the shipwreck to be intact, with its name Endurance still visible on the stern. The ship went down in 1915 after Antarctic explorer Sir Ernest Shackleton and his crew were closed in by sea ice. The crew was forced to safely abandon ship, and the ship remained above water for weeks before finally sinking. You know, Ashlyn, it's crazy how well this ship has been preserved over such a long period of time.
Yeah, it really is quite an incredible discovery. And now Ari Cruz has the latest in sports.
Evangel Valor's women's golf team finished third at the Baker Invitational on Tuesday. Caitlin Swoop led the team with a 6th place finish. Ashley White followed with a 10th place finish, and Madeline Jenkins tied for a 14th place finish. The team finished third overall, and in 2 weeks will travel to Salina, Kansas to compete in the Sand Creek Station Invitational. Ashley White was named the Hart Women's Golfer of the Week after placing first at the Ron Streck Invitational in Tulsa. Congratulations, Ashley. In other news, the latest blockbuster took place on Wednesday. Star Chiefs wide receiver Tyreek Hill was acquired by the Dolphins in exchange for 5 future draft picks. According to Adam Schefter, Hill and Miami Dolphins have reportedly agreed to a 4-year extension worth close to $120 million and $72.2 million guaranteed. The contract also includes an extra non-guaranteed year, which means the extension is a 3-year extension worth $75 million. According to NFL metrics, Hill could easily become the highest paid receiver in the NFL annually, with a salary of $23.8 million per year in the 2025 season. Ashley Barty, the 3-time tennis Grand Slam singles champion in Australia, just announced her retirement this week. She was ranked #1 in the world in singles by the Women's Tennis Association, and over the year of competing, achieved a career ranking of #5 in the world. The world was shocked by her early retirement at age 25. Despite her young success, Barty had planned to retire after accomplishing her biggest goal in life, to win Wimbledon, which she did. She became the second woman in history to retire while being ranked #1 in the world. Ashlyn and Sam, can you imagine being able to retire at age 25?
Well, Sam, I know that's the goal.
It sure is, Ashlyn. Honestly, I would be lucky if I retired by age 80. Up next, a girl with no arms is given a very special ability.
And Summer joins us for our final forecast. Stay with us.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for mental health and other resources. Call 211 or visit 211.org.
Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Born without arms, Tinley Stoker is finally getting to experience some of the simple joys of life thanks to a robotic feeding device that allows her to eat with the other kids at her school. The 5th grader from Stevensville, Montana, used to eat her lunches in a separate room with an assistant whose job was to feed Stoker 1 bite of food at a time. All that changed 2 years ago when her parents learned about the high-tech feeding device known as Obi that scoops and serves up food on a spoon, enabling people like Stoker who have limited upper body movement to feed themselves. John Decker, the creator of Obi, is happy to know that how much the device has transformed lives of its users, whose disabilities include multiple sclerosis, ALS, cerebral palsy, and other birth defects. Ashlyn, wow, what a wholesome story.
Yes, it's incredible to see what science and technology can do for us. In summer, how's the weather looking for the rest of this week?
It is finally going to be feeling like spring. Starting tomorrow, Friday, temperatures are going to be picking up to about 60 degrees. And then going into Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be just as warm with highs of about 58 and 62. And then even jumping into Monday, it's going to be getting even warmer with a high of 76 on Monday and a high of 77 on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, it is going to be dropping about 10 degrees because there's also going to be chances of scattered thunderstorms that day. But otherwise, it's going to be an absolutely beautiful week. Back to you guys.
So Sam, how are you going to spend your beautiful week?
You know, me and my family are planning on going to my grandparents' house and having a big family dinner. She's cooking quesadilla enchiladas for us.
That sounds like an awesome time.
That's all for us today. I'm Sam Cochran.
And I'm Ashlyn Reinhart, and this is Newswatch Today.